Hey guys, HyperDKaiser here, with another. This actually is going to be a dual video. This is actually going to be a car destruction. This is going to be for two cars that I find that actually, were well. One of them was more recently introduced. The other one was about a couple months or so ago. We're going to start with Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. Now, Shadow Mist, he or she looks kind of like a, can't really tell, but this essentially was supposed to be one of the, along with the other card, Blazeman, essentially supposed to, I guess, be subs for Stratos. Um, because Stratos was banned, heroes were kind of pretty much fell off the map, competitive wise. Now, if you take, obviously this card was introduced first, and when he's sent to the graveyard, by any means, detached from Xyz, Foolish Burial from the deck, whatever, doesn't matter how it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a hero monster from your deck to your hand. And that's any hero. That's not just Elemental Hero, that means Destiny Hero as well. So you can splash this into D-Hero zombie builds if you really want that type of thing. Now, what's neat about this is that it does say you can only use one of each of the effects once per turn to balance it out, because Stratos was slightly overpowered in the fact that you could just use the effect over and over as long as you keep bringing it back from the graveyard or something like that. This card is very balanced. I really actually like the card a lot. The other effect it has is to give more rise to masked heroes, which was also actually pushed because of the new structure deck, which this was included in. When a special summon, you can add a change quickly spell card from your deck to your hand. This includes the old mass change that we were given in Generation Force, I think it was. I believe we got mass change in Generation Force, and also another quick play spell that we're getting in the that we hopefully will be getting in the structure deck. Mass change second. Mass change second is slightly better than mass change. It really depends on how you look at it. Mass change second, I'm not really gonna actually bring the card up, but it's discard a card, then you target a monster from the field, and you can special summon a masked hero from your extra deck with the same type as that monster. It does not have to be a hero monster that you target on the field already. It's just you just pick whatever, as long as you have the type in your extra deck, you can special summon it. That card is actually really good, but the same time, with the decks that I use Shadow Mist and Blazeman in, I don't really want to use the discarding part. I can see it working in some builds, but in the builds that I use personally, I do not use it. It's a good card, but like I said, I personally don't use it. But like I said, this card is very, very balanced and is actually a pretty good replacement for Stratos. The, the only downside is the low stats, but at the same time, you're probably going to be using Mass Change or fusing with it anyway, or using it as a Xyz material, so the low stats don't really bother me too much. Other than that, I think that's about it for this card. This card was actually introduced with a mass hero for it called Dark Law. We'll probably do that in another description video. I'm just working on these two right now. Excuse me. I think that's about it for Shadow Mist. Now we move on to Elemental Hero Blazeman. This card was actually just recently introduced, I think, a month tops ago. When you normal special it, you can add a polymerization from your deck to your hand, and also during your main phase, you can Foolish Burial a hero monster, and it gains the attribute, attack, and defense of that monster that you sent. Once again, just like Shadow Mist, you can only activate one of those effects per turn. If you activate the Foolish Burial effect, you can only special summon fusion monsters that turn. Now, this card, when I first saw it, I thought it was kind of meh. Then I actually sat back, looked at it, saw the decks that it could go with. It's actually really good, like really, really good, because of the combos it can do with Shadow Mist. Because of the sending thing, you can go normal summon it, not activate the search for polymerization effect, send Shadow Mist, get a search from Shadow Mist, then use mass change Blazeman into Dark Law if you really need to, or something of that effect like that, or fusion summon, blah blah blah. The other thing is, because of this card, you now have a reason to run polymerization without polymerization just being either you're not being able to search it, you're having to use King of the Swamp, something like that. Like polymerization, just like this card made polymerization that much better. Because of the deck that I use it actually in with Shadow Mist, you almost always open with this and some way to search Shadow Mist. So you normally, like, the opening play would usually be summon Blazeman, add polymerization, use polymerization, sending this and Shadow Mist to the graveyard, making either Escuridao or Nova Master, usually Nova Master, searching for Shadow Mist, and then usually you have back row in your hand most likely because the deck runs very few monsters. That's just like one of the very few. Like it makes the deck more consistent once again, just like Shadow Mist. So because of these two cards, I think that heroes are actually viable once again. Unfortunately, they're only in the OCG right now, so of course, you know how that is. Since we always get stuff, we don't get stuff as as fast as they do. I really think I really enjoy using both of these cards. They're both very, very good cards for the deck that they go in. A lot of people don't like Blazeman, but you really have to sit back and test it. You can't just look at the card and say, "Oh, this is bad." You actually have to take just like any other card that comes out. You can't just say, "Oh, this is really bad." You have to go out, take the time. We have online things that have these cards available to us. Go out and test the deck. Test it on the deck. Try it out. Then make your decision. You can't just determine a card's bad just because you look at the effect and say, "Oh, nope, can't use it. It's horrible." So, I think this is anything else with these cards. I think that's about it for my very first card discussion. I've actually been wanting to do these for quite some time now, but like I said in the previous video with the live duels, my schedule is just like my sleep schedule is kind of out of whack. It's just been difficult because of work and stuff like that, and I've had some personal things to take care of. But once again, I'm going to try and put out some different stuff for you guys besides just live duels and deck profiles, like this card discussion. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoy, if you at least thought this was actually somewhat like entertaining or informative. Let me know in the comments. Give me a like if you really like, or dislike, whatever. Just let me know if you like it or not. And I'll try and keep more of these videos going for you. So yeah, I will catch you guys later, YouTube, and peace out.